This is our regular residents council meeting, but we have to have it recorded on channel 1 because of the good old COVID. And so we're gonna go ahead and record it now. I'm Raymond Black, resident council president, conducting. All those in attendance virtually or physically give approval, or for staff to participate as well. And we give that. We don't need to read all their names, but we know who it is. Staff physically in attendance: Cherry Payne, Recreation Therapy Director; Taylor Sutton, Recreation Therapy Assistant. And now we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we're going to take a moment of silence now for the memory of John Burns, Jay Jones, Gordon Fabian, Nell Bayless, Joseph Burton, Philip Christian, and Thomas Tate. Thank you. Old business that we need to bring up is resident concerns and questions raised on the December 29th meeting with resident council were addressed in accordance with the facility grievance reporting system. All documented personal grievances were resolved, and a response of those concerns, which affected the entire facility, will be attached to today's meeting minutes. That response or follow-up from the facility administrator. We'll have Jerry put in his part here that he wants to tell us about this. Financial report. Tony reported in council meeting, in the meeting we had held on January the 13th, 22, that the resident council received $1,354 in new donations, had $4,172.07 deducted in new charges, and had a fund total on January the 13th, 2022 of $59,092.86. New business that we discussed at that time was picnic party for $2,000, maybe in March, for the pizza or subs or fried chicken, when we come up with. Vote to be present question or concerns, or to submit your vote. Please call recreational therapy on this. 435-634-5236. Residents' rights. Raymond Black, resident council president, reviewing these residents' rights. Be treated with consideration, respect, and full recognition of dignity and individually, including privacy and treatment and care of personal needs. Not to be required to perform services for the facility that are not included for therapeutic purposes in plan of care. St. Patrick's Day event, $3,000 for food, decorations, prizes, shirt ideas out for voting now. Put in your vote by January the 30th. Shirt orders will be placed by the 1st of the month. Now, upcoming meetings are to be announced, which they will take care of that later. Is there any other business we need to bring up at this time? The only thing I have, and I'm talking to Jerry about that, is naming him, and is because And that is having the visitors come in, and not any come in after 6 o'clock because they're not being taken care of down front. We've got visitors coming in because I've gone through a couple, 3 or 4 of them during my times coming down to do the checkup of the building that I do every night. And they don't even have their masks on, so we can't have that. So I think we've got to have it so that they leave the table down here, fine, they've got their masks on, but none after 6 o'clock because they can't be treated, well, you know, taken care of right. And that's, I'm gonna bring that up with Jerry and talk to him about that. But any other things that we have that you wanna bring up, any of you?
Yeah, no, not really, but that is something with visitation rights that CMS has gone over with Jerry, so we can talk to him about that, but you guys do have rights to visits and visitors, so we'll see what we can do about people wearing their masks, because we definitely want to enforce that. And yeah, so thank you for bringing that up, Ray. We'll make sure.
Well, the other thing is on that too, is they're just coming in so late that the person up in the nursing has got to come down and check them in. They had nurses on that night, and he's got to go find the material to poke their noses with. And so it makes it kind of bad that way because he's taking time out of what he's been doing and what he's got to do. And then on top of that, they are going in to get their supplies out of the medical and leaving the doors open, as I have checked every night, and I've found doors open in the medical department, which we don't need. So we need to do something on that too, and so I'm bringing that up with Jerry.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing your concerns, Ray. If anyone else has any concerns, they can call the rec therapy department. You can, that number.
But if not, do we want to do a motion, Ray?
To close.
What's that?
I think if we're all done, you can motion to close and then agree to close the meeting.
Okay, I guess we gone over everything we need, so let's close our meeting. Do I have a second on that?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
the
Ray.
end of our meeting.
All right, great.
Good afternoon, this is Jerry Olson, the administrator. Today I'm recording my portion of the resident council meeting, and what I'd like to do is address 3 resident council concerns that were brought up last month and share the response from the facility. And I'll get right to it. The first one was there was a question about one question that dealt with 2 items. One is stains on the lobby carpet, and the second one had to do with furniture in the lobby. And a little background on this, somebody had noticed that there was a carpet square in the lobby that had a stain on it. And then also we had some chairs in the lobby that were starting to wear out, some easy chairs for guests. The facility is required to provide a safe and functional, sanitary, comfortable environment for resident staff and the public. And our process for doing this is that and I'm reading off my page here, so that's why I have my head down, but the first thing we try to do is clean the stains, and if the stain won't come out, then we have to decide, based on how bad it is, if we can go ahead and replace the single carpet square. Sometimes when we replace the carpet square, it doesn't match the color of the old faded squares around the new one, and sometimes it actually looks worse than having a small stain on an older piece of carpet. In this case, we did assess the stain in the lobby, and because it was brought up, that particular carpet square was replaced. Also, just for your information, we'll probably do a full carpet replacement within the next 3 to 4 years because the carpet is now 8.5 years old. Regarding the furniture, we looked at the furniture. There were 4 pieces of furniture in the front lobby and foyer that were worn. We did pull those out of the rotation and we put them in storage. We are assessing to see if we can either have them reupholstered or purchase replacement furniture. In the meantime, we've taken extra furniture that was in other areas of the facility and we've redistributed it so the front lobby did not see a net loss of any furniture. We just took chairs from other places in the facility that weren't needed. So that's the response to item number 1. Item number 2 was a question. It was more of a question, less of a concern. The question was about our QAPI meetings that we hold. And, you know, the facility is required, that we call it QAPI, is required to have a QAPI committee by regulation. And the facility is not required to invite residents to QAPI. Our facility policy is to invite staff only to QAPI meetings, so unfortunately we can't have residents coming to those meetings. However, I would love to hold a special resident meeting, perhaps once per quarter, to educate our veterans and our residents on certain aspects of quality assurance in this setting. For example, we could consider nursing home compare, and how it works, what a quality measure is, etc. So I have been able to get with Recreation, and we have scheduled a quality meeting for February 2022 that we will put on the activities calendar, where we can get together, hopefully in the NPR, depending on the pandemic restrictions, and I can do some education on that. We'll make it fun. We'll make it a lot of fun, and that's something that I'm looking forward to because I love to talk about those things. The third thing was a simple issue that was brought up. Somebody felt like that the amount of soup, and everybody loves the soup. We know that it's been popular for years here at the Veterans Home. And the pots that come from the kitchen, somebody from Community 500 had noticed that there was less soup in the pot than there used to be, and perhaps not enough. And there was a question as to why, if it was a cost issue or what the issue was. In researching this, Carrie, our nutrition and dietary manager, food service manager, pointed out that there was a lot of waste. We were sending back a lot of soup to the kitchen that wasn't being eaten, and so the amount was reduced. It was not a cost savings. It was not a result of any other thing other than the fact that there was just a lot of waste. So the amount of soup going to 500 community has been increased back to what it used to be. And if there are any further questions, we invite the veterans to make sure you alert myself, bring it up at the food committee meeting, or see Carrie Bain, our nutrition and food service director. That's all I have today. That's a response to the 3 issues. I wish we could meet in person. I love all our veterans, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to serve you. And hopefully by next month, this surge in the virus will have exhausted itself, and we can get back together and talk about stuff and have a good time, because I love all of you and I love your presence. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day.